this is quite an
Yep.
interesting one. What does the broadcast industry think about the live audio industry?
Yes. Well, it depends what you mean by the broadcast industry. The sound department of the broadcast industry, yes, we like to get on and we understand. But broadcast, if we're talking about video, TV and streaming things, you have to remember that even though sound is probably the most important thing, because very little works without sound, even silent movies may have with subtitles, but any news, comedy, music, entertainment will work with sound only and no pictures. It's called radio. I think it was 1921 it started. But hardly anything, sport may be an example, will work with no audio. Everything else is, if you lost the pictures, you could still get something from the broadcast show. If you lost sound, you don't. Having said that, the most important thing, certainly in TV, are the pictures. There is no doubt. It's run by picture people. Producers and directors are picture people. And so sound has to be fought for, really, which is why people think cameramen are important. Cameramen aren't important, particularly, unless it's a film or a very special drama, because they're just told what to do. Director and producer look after cameras. Sound, it's very much, okay, we're doing this event, I want to hear it.
Wow. So you
Yeah.
really kind of left to your own devices a lot just to make it happen.
Very much. So going back to the original point about how do we get on with broadcast sound, live sound, obviously the sound people, we know how important it is and we have to react together and work together. As far as picture people are concerned, live sound people make a lot of noise, are late with everything, have huge black boxes, generally don't understand cables and big red microphone windshields on people, and basically makes their pictures look horrible. So they don't like them, and it's always late, and it's like, no, we're going to rehearse it too. Oh, well, we're still rigging. No, you can't rig. We are rehearsing, and that's that. Not the band rehearsal. This is presenters rehearsal.
Okay.
And you have to be quiet because they're on personal microphones, and they're going, well, tonight at the O2, we are going to be seeing so-and-so and so-and-so. And they don't want all that racket behind people going 1, 2, 1, 2 and hitting snare drums.
Wow.
So the producer will say, at 2 o'clock, you lot clear off, whether they're ready or not. If it's being a TV show and it's being run by TV.
Right. And when you say if it's a TV show being run by TV, what's a different scenario, the alternative scenario to that?
Okay, say something, again, trying to pick example. Let's take an award show, a BAFTA or MTV or Brit Award show. Now that's an award show for the music industry, for which some bigwigs are paying quite a lot of money to sit at tables. But basically it's a TV show being made by the TV company to be transmitted all over the world. And generally, the people organising the Brits haven't got much say in how it runs on a daily basis, because TV are there. Because without TV, okay, it's a nice dinner for a few hundred people. That's not important. I don't think Adele's going to turn up very often for a nice dinner with 200 people. But if it's going out around the world to 50 million people, oh, there might be a difference.
Yes. Yeah, I see your point.
And that always very much, and it becomes a big point about access, timings, how it looks. These are all important. If it is, I know, Adele doing a concert that the BBC, for instance, are going to put on that night, then that's different, because that is coming in to watch a show. A theatre production. Dawn French is doing a one-woman show at a theatre in the West End as part of a 3-month run, and we're coming in to make a DVD of that. for later release, not necessarily to go to air, but for a DVD, then it is a little more awkward because TV haven't got, or TV, the broadcast chain haven't got total control because it's a mid-run. So there's a little more leeway there. But if Dawn French is going to sell 2 million DVDs on it, and you know her manager, which we do is CV, of course, because it's all produced, they can push things a bit more. But still, bottom line is production don't really understand the sound. They go, Keith, get the sound.
Yeah.
And the other big point about all those sort of things are the live sound is making it perfect, hopefully, to the 300 people in the theatre, 1,000 people in the theatre. We are hopefully going to make it perfect for X million. So that doesn't matter, except the live sound people just have to make the sound to be heard in the theatre. Broadcast, we use the term generally, have to be able to match the pictures. And that means if you see the audience, we've got to be able to hear the audience. The audience pickup sound is a very, very important part. And that's where the interplay comes in between live sound. Production, TV production, just go, yeah, Keith, why can't we hear the crowd singing along to the 40,000 watts of PA in the room? It's very difficult. I could give the 1,000 people individual microphones, but you can't afford it. We haven't got time, we haven't got space, and that's what to do. But they don't know that. They just say, well, I can see them singing and clapping along in time to the band. Why can't I hear them? Well, there's quite a good few reasons why you do that. And it can get to the stage, for instance, some big award shows, the TV crew go in a day before if you're doing the O2 or the NEC and it's an award type show, and we will have 4 people there rigging microphones, because that's the other point. They don't want to see microphones, including the TV audience microphones.
Yeah.
That's all well, but of course that means that's another day's pay for those sound people, another hotel night, another food night, so they don't want to do that. And you go, well, we've got to string these across from one side of the O2 to the other. We've got to string wires across and then dangle them down. And it can't be done, why can't you rig that when you're normally rigging? No, so we get on, the sound department generally get on very well with the live sound. Production in broadcast don't really understand. There's a couple of exceptions to that, but not many. And it comes down to things like presenters on stage. Obviously, live sound. If I was doing live sound, I want an SM58 there with a big windshield on. That's not going to happen with most producers and directors. They want it on a personal microphone. These days, we can use headset mics a little more. They're being accepted. But a personal on the ECM 77, for instance,
so by personal, do you mean lapel mics, what we would call lapel mics? Yeah. Yeah,
we call them personal mics because they don't have to be on the lapel. It can be here, all over the place.
Yeah, fair enough.
They're not very good for loud PA.
No.
But directors want them because then a presenter can go, well, look over there and do all this stuff. Which is very difficult if you've got an SF57 with a windshield on. And that covers their mouth. You can't cover mouths.
Of course not.
And that's who controls a TV event, whether it's a live event or not.
No.
So, but if it is say, like a theatre show that's been going on for months or a run of gigs, it is difficult for them to insist on that. So there's some interplay comes in.
Okay,
and then, of course, the sound supervisor, who's in charge of broadcast sound, has a long chat with the front of house man or whoever's sorting out the sound for the live event.